He has the voice of an angel. He has, I think, definitely in my top 3 voices in all of music.
All right, so today we'll be covering Nostalgia Ultra by Frank Ocean. I was looking through our vinyl collection and came across this, which I bought years ago. I completely forgot that I own this because I don't play it.
It's a really good cover.
It is. It's a very iconic cover, actually, with the car. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, whoa, I don't think Molly's heard this before.
I've not.
I thought this would be a good idea. It's actually not an album. It's a mixtape officially. It was released February 2011. House of Balloons was March 2011.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this was a very exciting time for R&B music. As I mentioned in the weekend videos, that around this time I was listening to, like, you know, Usher, Neo, Chris Brown, that kind of thing. So as I mentioned again in those videos, The Weeknd and Frank Ocean, I think really changed R&B. Obviously, you're a huge fan of Channel Orange.
Yeah, and now Blonde.
And Blonde, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Channel Orange, one of my favorite albums of all time since 2014 maybe. I'd never heard Blonde. Well, I had.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it. So we revisited it if you want to watch that.
Yeah.
I did not know this album or mixtape existed before you. So
there's some iconic songs on here.
Okay.
A lot of fan favorites. I think we'll just jump right in. It's 14 tracks. 4 of them are kind of just like tiny interludes.
Okay.
And just to like, I was looking up online, it looks like there's like different track lists or like different orders. So we're just gonna stick with the vinyl. So track number 1 is called Street Fighter, and then we'll let it go into Strawberry Swing.
Okay. Wow.
When we were kids, we hand-painted strawberries on a swing. The entire earth is fighting. All the world is at its end.
Wow.
Just in case. In that above.
His voice.
Comes falling on my lawn. I should say, and you should hear, I've loved our good times here.
I love that.
Say hello, then say farewell to the places you know. Cry, cry, cry. Even though that won't change a thing, but you should know I've loved the good times here, and I will miss our good times here. Spaceships are lifting off of a dying world. Millions are left behind while the sky burns. There wasn't room for you and I, only you. Goodbye.
Damn.
Goodbye. Now it's time.
Do you hear that voice?
I know who it is. Oh, an alarm. Well, that was absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
I love that. There's this before I get into the actual song itself, and it happened when we were listening to Blonde. I feel like because Channel Orange was so dear to me for so long,
Yeah.
when I hear his voice, it like reminds me of how dear he is to me. So then to hear him on something else that I haven't heard before, that's so beautiful, makes me emotional.
Oh, wow.
It's so funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I guess it's kind of like hearing back from an old friend, let's say, or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's exactly like that.
Nostalgia.
That perfectly captured a feeling of nostalgia.
Right.
In the very beginning, because the guitars, first of all, you've got the it's kind of lo-fi, like, because it's kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
His voice, it's not perfectly crisp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got that kind of like nostalgic vibe
Mm-hmm.
already. The guitars, they didn't actually sound like it, but they reminded me of, for example, like the kind of guitars you would hear in like Wild Mountain Thyme by the Byrds. I don't know if you know that
I'm not
one.
sure about that one.
It's like very old, like folky, like
Mm-hmm.
it was beautiful, and it perfectly matched this vibe. Like in my head, you could picture like being in a field, like running through a field at like sunset or something.
Nice. Yeah.
It was so beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought that perfectly captured like nostalgia. But because he says there wasn't room for you and I, only you, goodbye. So is he talking about, because it could have been about anything, nostalgic for like good times, for old times,
Right.
but then I thought, is it specifically about times with a person who
I think
he's broken up with, or?
I'm not really sure. Like, I think he was just kind of singing about a friend from the past. I know this was kind of recorded, or he was inspired to make a mixtape after he left New Orleans, like Hurricane Katrina, and moved to LA. So I don't know if that has to do with anything. Like, he had to go leave his friends behind because he had to, you know, for a better life, or to pursue this dream of his. So I don't know the details, but I think that was my personal takeaway from it. So
Another thing I was thinking about it was absolutely gorgeous. So when I say this, that does not remove from that. It was much more commercial, like the sound of it, or much, not commercial, but accessible after we've listened to Blonde, because obviously Blonde is quite abstract. It's very experimental. This had a definite song structure. It had everything you would want and you would expect in a song.
Yeah.
His voice, he just has the most angelic voice ever. I just thought it sounded much, much more accessible than, obviously, Blonde.
So before we continue with this, so this is a mixtape. Strawberry Swing is a Coldplay song. It's a Coldplay song.
So you know what? When Chris Martin came up, I was like, holy shit, because when I thought this accessible idea came to me in the first verse, I was like, low key, this could be like Coldplay.
Yeah, okay.
And then Chris Martin, and I laughed because I saw Chris Martin, and I was like, no way, I was just thinking of Coldplay.
Yeah.
So this was actually a Coldplay.
It's a Coldplay song, Strawberry Swing.
Wow.
And he just sang over the song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's impressive.
And that song is on the Viva, I don't know the album name, the Viva La Vida album.
Viva La Vida?
I think that's might even be what it's called.
Wow, Frank Ocean just tricked me into liking a Coldplay.
It's a not a bad album.
That's a great song.
We might have to check that out.
I'm too hard on Coldplay.
No, that's okay.
I don't mean that.
Okay, we'll move on to track number 3, which is called Novacane.
I think I started something. I got what I wanted. Didn't I? Can't feel nothing. Superhuman, even when I'm fucking Viagra, popping a model bra with a Hollywood smile. Ow.
Oh.
Strip her booty in a rack like wow. Brain like Berkeley. She says she wanna be a dentist really bad. She's in school paying for tuition, doing porn in the valley.
Damn.
At least you're working, but girl, I can't feel my face. What are we smoking anyway? She said, don't let the high go to waste. Little taste of Novocaine, baby. Novocaine,
I love that.
baby. I want you. Fuck me good, fuck me long, fuck me numb. Love me now when I'm gone, love me none. Love me none, love me none. Numb.
Oh.
Sink full of dishes, pacing in the kitchen, cocaine for breakfast, feeling like Stanley Kubrick. This is some visionary shit. Been trying to film pleasure with my eyes wide shut, but it keeps on moving. Now I'm something like the chemist on campus, but there's no drug around. Quite like what I found. feel my face. What am I smoking anyway? She said don't let the high go to waste. But can you taste it? Little taste it. Fuck me good, fuck me long, fuck me numb. Love me now when I'm gone, love me none. Love me none, love me none. Numb, 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 numb. Novocaine, 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 Novocaine. Numb the pain, numb the pain, numb the pain, numb the pain, numb the pain. Pretty girls involved with me, making pretty love to me, pretty, pity, pity. Oh, I can't feel a thing. I can't feel a thing. Can't feel a thing. Can't feel it. I can't feel it. Novocaine, Novocaine, Novocaine.
That sounded amazing.
Yeah.
That was just perfect as a song. Just the sound of it. I really enjoyed the story though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very wasn't difficult to follow.
Yeah.
It was quite obvious. I really, really, really enjoyed that. So what I understood was he met some girl at Coachella. She shared a bong with him. So this girl is in school to be a dentist, but she's doing porn to pay for it. So in the second verse, I wanted to know, first of all, cooking for breakfast. That's so funny because that's just like something the Weeknd would say. Like full of dishes, pacing in the kitchen, cooking for breakfast, bed full of women. It sounds like something the Weeknd
Drinking
would say.
Alizé with our cereal for breakfast.
Exactly. Anyway, then it sounded like he was doing porn, but I didn't know if he was doing porn or if he's just filming.
Well, yeah, it was pretty funny. Like he was, yeah. I guess when he said he's like Stanley Kubrick, like filming. I guess. Do you know that? You've heard of the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah.
Yeah, he directed.
Oh,
Stanley
and
Kubrick.
then he said,
Yeah.
"Trying, okay, with my eyes wide shut."
Right.
So is he doing porn or is he just filming himself having sex with women?
Probably. I don't know. He said there was like multiple women in there as well. So who knows if he's in there or if he's.
Yeah. Or
basically,
if
it's
he's
just
the one recording it. Or,
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was a really great song. It was very, very catchy. Yeah, I loved it.
So this was like a single. It was supposed to be, I think they were supposed to release like an EP, Nostalgia Ultra EP, but I don't know, it fell apart or something. But yeah, when I listened to Channel Orange, I was like, yeah, this song could easily fit on there.
Yeah, it totally could.
Because it's like a story, in Channel Orange, like each song has like a story. So that could have, like even sound-wise, I thought that could have fit in
Yeah,
there.
you're so right.
Yeah, okay, we'll go on to the next track. Track number 4 is called We All Try.
I believe Jehovah Jireh. I believe there's heaven. I believe in war. I believe a woman's temple gives her the right to choose, but baby don't abort. I believe that marriage isn't between a man and woman, but between love and love. And I believe you when you say that you've lost all faith, but you must believe in something, something, something. I still believe in things.
Wow.
My wise one asked me why, cause I just don't believe we're wicked. I know that we sin, but I do believe we try. We all try. I don't believe in time travel. I don't believe our nation's flag is on the moon. I don't believe our lives are simple. And I don't believe the show this is interlude. She didn't believe me when I said that I lost my faith. You must believe in something.
That's so good.
Something, something. Gotta believe in something, something, something. Oh, 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 oh. My wise one asked me why. Just try to believe, try to believe. Try to believe, try to believe. Try to believe.
another beautiful song.
Yeah.
Felt pretty absorbed by that. Really liked the guitars. I really liked before the chorus. It sounded like something went from here to there.
Yeah.
Wow.
The panning.
Yeah. But there was like the panning, but it was
like quick.
Yeah. And you could really feel it. It was like it went through your head. You could really feel it. Wow. I really, really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very accessible.
Yeah.
It's very like, I immediately like the song. I don't even have to think about it. It just sounds so good. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to like.
All right. So the next one is called Metal Gear Solid Bitches Talkin' Interlude. We'll let it go into songs for women.
Okay.
All right.
Stop. Let me do it.
Damn.
Jodeci or something.
Bitches want his Jodeci. The fuck?
What is a Radiohead? Anyway.
Whatever.
When I was younger, I used to wonder, like,
If I was singing songs, just to sing the songs. If I was singing, cause that's what the bitches wanted. I couldn't play guitar like Van Halen. Had no secret chords like St. David. But you still came around, ate your lunch with me. Used to park your car to try the bus with me. But I would say, girl, don't be dumb. I'm riding shotgun. We could go to my house after school. After school, after school. You could teach me how to slow dance or something. And I'ma give you chills, harmonizing the oldest. I slim up. And every time somebody asks me if I sing songs to get at women, I say yeah, they say no fair is cheating. I say shit, oh well. And every time a nigga asks me if I sing songs to get at women, I say yeah, they say
I love this sense.
No fair is cheating. I say, boy, don't judge, cause hell if you want, you'll be singing to her like la da 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 da. Now I'm in the lab, always working late, always sleeping past the breakfast she makes. Don't even listen to the songs I record, but she be banging that Drake in my car. I'm so far gone. She stay blasting Trey and his songs. It's like she never heard of me. Now every time somebody asks me if I sing songs to get my women, I say no, they say okay, I don't believe it. I say no, I swear I never do it. And every time a nigga asks me if I sing songs to get at women, I say no, he say, who do you think you kidding? I know you stole my girlfriend.
Nice.
Yeah. Very gentle.
Yeah.
all these songs for women. Songs for women. Songs for you, baby.
Interlude was hilarious. You said there was an interlude you were excited for me to hear in this.
Yeah.
I think it was that one.
Yes.
You know what's funny? I was going to wear my Radiohead shirt today.
Oh.
It's funny because when it came on, I was like, damn, now I want to listen to the rest of that song, Optimistic. But then he came in and he made up for it. Were they saying, what's a Radiohead?
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that.
What's So basically it's kind of implying that Radiohead is like scaring the host type music. Kid A is definitely scaring the host type music.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah.
Yeah, that the actual songs for women.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. I feel like there's no possible way you could listen to these songs and say a bad word about them.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, they're so nice to listen to.
Yeah.
Those synths, especially when it was kind of, I think it was mainly synths. He wasn't really singing. And then the little beeping at the same time. Yeah. But the synths weren't like strong. They weren't like overpowering.
Yeah,
they were just really gentle.
Right. It kind of reminded me of like either Swimming or Circles. You know, when John Bryan would incorporate these synths that are not super like in your face, but they're just there, kind of accompanying everything.
Yeah.
It was a great touch for sure.
I thought it was funny how in the first chorus, people were like, well, do you sing songs just to get women? And he's like, yeah. And they were like, well, that's cheating. And then in the second chorus, they're like, so do you sing songs to get women? And he's like, no. And they were like, no, you're lying. So he can.
Yeah.
He can win.
And also, like, towards the end of the song, like, now he's singing songs about heartbreak. Because this girl, like, he took his girlfriend. But now she broke his heart at the end. And now he's singing songs about that. But it's just funny because, like, when it goes back to Metal Gear Solid, the bitches talking, you know, like, that Radiohead is not music for girls. Then it goes into this where he's making songs for girls.
You
and
know
about
what?
girls.
That's really funny. I didn't
So it was a nice tie
two
in.
together. Yeah.
Also, I guess I should comment like the last, like the two interludes there, like the intro, Street Fighter, Metal Gear Solid, like those are video games. So it's kind of back to the nostalgia part, which kind of throwback. So it's kind of a funny way, like, to kind of tie in.
This is really cool, and it's pretty layered.
It is,
especially for like a breakthrough mixtape.
Right.
Yeah.
And like for Frank standards, I guess it's a bit easier.
Yeah,
compared to Blonde.
It's funny because it's like for Frank, we're like, okay, we know what he can do. We know it's kind of like let's use Radiohead as an example. The Bands, amazing album. But when you're listening to it, you know Radiohead can go so much further than that.
Right.
But it's still an amazing album.
Yeah.
This is kind of the same.
Exactly.
You know he can go so much further.
Yeah.
But this is still good to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is a mixtape. It's not even like a real album.
Yeah.
So like that just shows, and that's kind of like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
House of Balloons.
Yeah.
That's a mixtape.
That's just insane.
So like I know I keep bringing these two up together, but
at the same time.
they're just amazing.
Just groundbreaking.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move on to the next track, which is called Love Crimes.
Talk to me, and I better not hear a word. Do a love crime, finna do a love crime. Murder, 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 she wrote. Love crimes, love crimes. You write me love letters with your father's pen. Oh, if he knew the freaky, freaky things that you write with it. Oh man, murder, 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 she wrote.
Oh.
Love crimes, oh yeah. In the getaway car, you know I love it when the ride is smooth.
Not because you really wouldn't want to.
If we ever get
In the
caught,
background? What is that?
it'd be a long
dialogue.
vacation for two. Murder,
Oh.
murder, she wrote.
Gorgeous woman.
Love crime,
Standing. Your office.
love crime.
We're feeling.
Murder, 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 she wrote. Love crime, love crime.
Millions of years of evolution. Right? Right? Men have to stick it in every place they can, but for women it is just about security and commitment and whatever the fuck else.
Do you know where the dialogue was from?
I just looked. It was actually from Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Nicole Kidman in Eyes Wide Shut.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's really tying a lot of these together with tiny little details.
Right.
Wow, good for him. And it was relevant to the song.
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
So I will say, I think I was less... I don't want to say I liked it the least because that implies I didn't like it. I still really liked it. I was just the least wowed by it, perhaps. Just because it's a very kind of subdued, like it's just him and a piano. There were parts that I really liked. Like there was a part where it just kind of all paused and then very quickly went back into it. And I really liked when everything slowed down and his voice pitched up, and I thought that was great. And I also really liked the detail of the dialogue in the background, because you could hear that throughout the song, just really far in the background. I thought that was all great. I just think overall, maybe because it was pretty stripped back, well, not stripped back, but
I think I know what you mean. Like musically, I think it was just a continuous
kind of like that. Yeah,
wasn't a lot going on musically. Yeah,
but it was still a great song. Right, it was a totally fine song. It was still really nice to listen to. Just maybe it I reacted less because
Sure.
I wasn't
That's
as
okay.
wowed
Yeah.
by it. The piano kind of reminded me of a Tame Impala song, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's a Tame Impala song. And if it's not, I'll find out what song it is because it definitely reminds me of another song that kind of...
Interesting. Okay. So track number 8 is called Goldeneye, which is an interlude.
Oh,
So a Goldeneye, another title for video game. You know how they played Goldeneye in the night before?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Goldeneye, and then we'll let it play into There Will Be Tears.
Okay.
There will be tears, but a few when the tears
Oh.
are run out. Will be blue, blue. I can't be there with you, but I can dream.
Wow.
I can't be there with you, but I can dream. I still dream, dream, dream. I still dream, dream. My granddaddy was a player, a pretty boy in a pair of gaiters. Hide my face, can't let him see me crying. 'Cause these boys ain't no fathers neither, and they weren't crying. My friend said it wasn't so bad. You can't miss what you ain't had. Well, I can. I'm sad there will be tears. Have run out. You will be numb and blue. I can't be there. That's all you had to say to me. You wouldn't be here, right here. You wouldn't be here for me. No, 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 no. Ooh. No, 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 no.
I like that. I think this is going to sound really weird when I say it out loud, but I'm going to anyway. At the end there was a synth way in the back, and it was very, very smooth, very gentle, and it felt like, first of all, it felt like it was like a scratch in my brain, like in a good way. It felt so nice. It was just like, I don't know what it was, but it just felt so nice. And then it felt like, this is going to sound really stupid. You know when you pour a bag of rice and it just... I don't know how to express this to you. Imagine you're pouring a bag of rice into like a box.
Okay.
The feeling of the rice, like, and then the sound of the rice, like pouring, and that's just what that sounds reminded me of. I know that sounds so
Sure.
stupid, but that's exactly what it reminded me of at the very end, like pouring a bag of rice. The sound, the feeling of pouring a bag of rice. Anyway, I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
I thought there were a lot of really nice details in there. So he's talking about how he didn't have a dad,
Yeah.
and then he had his grandfather who he met. I guess he said he met him later in his life.
Yeah.
But then he passed away, I guess, shortly after that.
Yeah.
I thought that kind of tied in also with the idea of nostalgia.
Yeah, for sure.
And like he was kind of, there was a part in it where one of his friends said to him, well, you can't miss what you never had.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I thought that was a really poignant line.
Yeah.
Yeah, this idea of kind of like mourning and also, I guess, longing for something that you never had and you know now that you never will have. I thought it was very poignant.
The intro to that song is called There Will Be Tears, obviously. It's an original song by an artist named Mr. Hudson. He was briefly signed to Good Music, Kanye's label. So that There Will Be Tears was on his album. I can't remember the name of the album offhand. But he was an artist that was making some noise around this time as well. So yeah, that was originally his song. The second part is an original song.
Okay, but
it's
he
just the
kinda
intro
took
part.
that
Yeah.
and then the
The
words
melody.
and the chorus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you in the beginning if it was either a sample or if he was featured or
Right.
if it's a sample.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. we'll move on to track number 10, which is called Swim Good.
That's a pretty big trunk on my Lincoln Town car, ain't it? Big enough to take these broken hearts and put them in it. Now I'm driving around on the boulevard, trunk bleeding. And every time the cops pull me over, they don't ever see them. They never
It's
see
kind
them.
of choppy panning or something.
Rolling around like I'm ready for a funeral.
Oh yeah.
5 more miles till the road runs out. I'm about to drive in the ocean. I'ma try to swim from something bigger than me. Kick off my shoes and swim good, and swim good, Got some pretty good beats on this 808 CD. Memory seats I'm sitting on stay heated. I've had this black suit on, roaming around like I'm ready for a funeral. 1 more mile till the road runs out. I'm about to drive in the ocean. I'ma try to swim from something bigger than me. Kick off my shoes and swim good, and swim good. Take off this suit, and swim good, and swim
Ooh. Wow. Wow. That was like a wave. I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
I thought at the very end, obviously you can hear the seagulls and the waves and stuff, and I guess that, you know, swim good. But I loved how it was like the sound of it at the end, it kind of like, I know this has nothing to do with the song itself, but it kind of like came and then went and then came back again and then went again.
Yeah.
And it sounded like waves at the beach when they like come up
Yeah.
and then they go back
Right.
again. I thought that was such a nice detail. I don't know if it was intentional, but that's what it sounded like. Yeah. I absolutely loved that. I loved the chorus. I love how it sounded. It sounded like familiar, but not like it sounded like another song. Like it just sounded very familiar to me.
Yeah, like it's very immediate. Like you can,
It clicks immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah. It sounds familiar without sounding like something
Right,
else, if
right.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of his voice was like auto-tuned at parts, and it reminded me of Kanye West.
Yes.
And he also says 808s.
So that's the first. So I've never read the lyrics like that. I mean, I kind of knew what the song was about, but like I didn't. But when he was doing the humming right before he sang that, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's a great touch. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because it was just before that line.
Yeah, and he
I
did
was
it again
like,
later.
it kind of sounds like Kanye West.
Yeah.
And then he said 808
I
CD.
was like, holy shit! How
I was
did I
like,
not
oh
know
wow.
that?
And
yeah.
then at the very end, there was auto-tune as well. Yeah.
That was one of my jams. This one in Novacane, I used to play a lot when it came out. But it was funny. Well, it's not funny, but it wasn't after like a while that I realized what the song was about, where he was talking about, you know, getting into a car. He's talking about like broken hearts that can fit in all this in the trunk. And he's wearing like a black suit.
Like he's going to a funeral.
Yeah, and then like 5 more miles till the road runs out. So he's implying that he's gonna drive off. Like it's definitely like a sad, intense song about suicide. But
It has a very it's quite peaceful. It doesn't sound sad. Like it sounds somewhat sad.
yeah,
But it has a certain
like the song itself. You mean like sonically?
Itself, yeah. Sorry,
Right.
the lyrics are sad.
Yeah, that's what I said. It sounds like it was my jam for a while.
Yeah.
So ironically, I was playing this around, driving around with this, not paying attention to the freaking lyrics.
So it has this like the lyrics are sad,
Yeah,
but the sound of it has this like almost like warmth and stuff to it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they're kind of like at peace with that, or they're like, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Not at peace, but I don't know how to express it properly. But
Yeah, I think actually for me, I look at it differently because of, well, the contrast is kind of interesting because the sound isn't like sad per se, like, and then also has the seagulls and the waves it does make it sound peaceful. I guess for me it was like more of a, I don't want to say conflict or but you're right though, it sounds like he had his decision made. I guess that's why he's amazing, because like it just keeps it kind of open-ended to interpretation. But amazing song.
Yeah, that was a
amazing
fantastic song.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite Frank songs.
That's one of my of all time.
My favorite Frank songs of all time for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the best on this album so far. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it moving. Another favorite of mine, actually. I know I said just all these favorites.
Dust.
Yeah, next one is called Dust.
Who's that talking in the library? Who's that talking in my library? Is that you? Every book in here I wrote.
I love that.
Some I'm not too proud of. Some I wish I could burn to. And the best advice I got is keep writing, and keep living, And when the ink dries and the pages turn to dust, so will we turn to dust, so will we dust, dust.
Damn.
Who's that laughing in the library? 'Cause what would this place be without your smile? Nothing special, I fell in love with you, girl. Oh, you let yourself inside with no respect for privacy. You said there's too much on my mind, and you ripped out a page and set that shit on flame. I quit writing, kept loving, and when the ink dries and the pages turn to dust, so will we turn to dust, so will we dust, dust.
I thought that was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved the little I love sparkly like synths / keys, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I just love those. So that immediately I loved it. But I really loved the concept.
The metaphor.
Yeah, the metaphor of like basically his mind and his past and everything being like books in a library, and some of them that he's written, he's not proud of them. He wishes he could get rid of them, but he can't. And this person is there seeing all of it.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because he's talking. He said something about they came in with no respect for his privacy. I thought that was an interesting line.
Yeah, actually,
they kinda,
maybe I missed that.
Because it sounded like, I don't know if this actually contradicts it. It sounds like he was basically saying, "This is me. Here I am.
Okay, yeah.
I'm opening this all up for you."
Yeah.
But then I fell in love with you, girl. You let yourself inside with no respect for privacy. You said there's too much on my mind. Then you ripped out a page. Blah, 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 blah. So that sounded more like she saw all of these things and he didn't actually want her to see any of them. And she came in and he was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it was actually he wanted her to know all of him and all of his past or whatever. Or
maybe it was an unintentional kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like,
And then she said, there's too much on my mind.
Right.
And it was kind of like she kind of rejected him after seeing all of this.
Yeah.
And then he burned that page.
That was actually a great touch right there. Yeah.
That was a great concept. And then the ink drying, and when we turned to dust, you know, like dust on books and stuff.
And then dust as in,
turned to,
Okay. We have 3 songs left. The next song is called American Wedding. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on this one.
Okay.
I took a walk with the palm trees as the daylight fell. This tattoo on my left hand is turning purplish blue. Daydreams of the romance, daydreams of you.
Wow.
My pretty woman in a ball gown, I'm Richard Gere in a tux. Getting married in the courthouse, writing vows in a rush, making out before the judge with my teenage wife.
What?
Got a wedding band done that I just might die with. It's an American wedding. They don't mean too much, but that's American law. MRS that Kennedy, she signed her name and pen in the fancy, fancy cursive, and turned her term papers in. A thesis on Islam, virgin brides and arranged marriage, hijabs and polygamous husbands, those poor un-American girls. She said, I've had a hell of a summer, so baby, don't take this hard, but maybe we should get in another before this goes way too far. Oh, we had an American wedding, now what's mine is yours. American divorce.
Hotel California
Yeah.
is low-key an anthem.
Yes.
Frank Ocean over Hotel California with his own song is a million times better.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Right?
I loved that. Wow, he really nailed that. And I loved the story. So, can you explain to me, like, so this guy married a girl and they got whatever, what's mine is yours, and then she wants a divorce. She's like, oh, we had fun this summer, but I think we're... And she wants a divorce, and then he's like, you can have my Mustang, but that's all I have to my name and whatever. So I got that general thing going on there. But he said my teenage... he said, like, my teenage
I'm not sure
bride?
about that one.
Yeah, so I was like, what? My
Yeah.
teenage wife.
I'm not exactly sure, or if you're singing from a perspective of being younger.
He's also, like, it's young love, and that's why it didn't last.
Right.
Because then there's also this idea of summer love in there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't last either.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was that or if it was, like, commentary on weird white American people. So I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great story. I thought, so let me just look. Some of the lyrics, I was kind of like, is he like, he's kind of poking fun at America.
I think he's poking fun at American marriages, or the idea of what being married is like in America, I guess specifically.
Yeah.
But I guess he just talks about, like, you know, the rate of divorce, I guess, is high. What's mine is yours, because that's what the law says. And he's basically saying how, like, it's kind of, maybe from his perspective, it's kind of a joke, that there's all these rules or whatever, and these are the common things that happens. It kind of lends to also your idea of like young love and kind of temporary, like, just summer fun type stuff, but then mixing that with kind of the sanctity of marriage or whatever, but whatever that means. And I just kind of thought it was funny that he sang this over an all-American
That's
song,
what I was about to say.
an all-American classic.
Yeah, because it's such an all-American song.
Yeah.
You would really associate it with, like, that kind of America. And so in the second verse, he's saying she signed her name in pen.
Yeah.
So it's almost like she's signing, like, marriage papers. But then a thesis on Islamic, so she's turning in school papers.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the idea of, like, they're actually very young.
Yeah.
But then a thesis on Islamic, virgin brides and arranged marriage, hijabs and polygamous husbands, those poor un-American girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a, like, it really ties back into that, like,
Right.
this whole culture thing. Like,
Right.
marriage this is what marriage should be, like, this American dream of marriage and this culture, and like Like this kind of like looking at other cultures as something so alien and so wrong,
Yes.
and like this is the right way to do it.
Yeah. Don Henley of the Eagles, he had some things to say. I quote, he's a talentless prick. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. This quote is from a representative of the Eagles. Frank Ocean did not merely sample a portion of Eagles' Hotel California. He took the whole master track plus the song's existing melody and replaced the lyrics with his own. Blah, blah, blah. This is not creative, let alone intimidating. It's illegal. For the record, Don Henley has not threatened or instituted any legal action against Frank Ocean, although the Eagles are now considering whether they should. In response, Frank Ocean wrote on his Tumblr at the time. He was cooking on Tumblr back in the day. I'm not going to read all of it. Part of the quote, he says, "They asked that I release a statement expressing my admiration for Mr. Henley, along with my assistance pulling it off the web as much as possible. Shit's weird. Ain't this guy rich as fuck?
Yeah.
Why sue the new guy? I didn't make a dime off that song. I released it for free. If anything, I'm paying homage."
To call him a talentless prick?
Yeah. Well, maybe he just...
I understand he was pissed off. Like, okay. But you can't just call Frank Ocean a talentless prick.
Yeah. However, he's an artist, so that's his art. He has every right to be upset.
And it's kind of copyright.
But I like Frank Ocean more.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm on his side.
Yeah, we're on Frank Ocean's side.
No, unrelated. But like my parents used to listen to Hotel. Like I'm Filipino, so if you know anything about Filipino culture, they sing a lot of karaoke.
Yeah.
And so I heard that song endlessly when I was younger. All my dad and my uncles and stuff drunk singing Hotel California. So we're pretty much at the end here. Track number 13 is called Soul Caliber. It's the final interlude, and we'll let it go through to Nature Feels.
Okay.
I want to know what you think of that one too.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to fuck you in the garden. Into my backyard, then lay you right on the grass. Give it to you over again, over again, over again, over again. Making love underneath the cherry leaves, baby girl. Tell me how my nature feels.
Oh, damn.
Say, baby, I'll give it to you naturally, naturally. Feeling like Adam when he first found out this existed. Wow. Me and my Eve trying out our first position. Playing in the dirt, wrestling myself inside you. Yeah, give it to you over again, over again, over again, over again. Making love underneath the cherry leaves, baby girl. Tell me how my nature feels. My cave woman, I'm a caveman, doing wild things. Couple bang bang, bang 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 bang. Girl, your heart goes bam and bang. Feel my heart go.
So that was Over Electric Field.
MGMT.
Yeah.
Yep.
No offense to the original artist, but he's really made all of his songs his own. Yeah,
He really has.
And I personally preferred that to the original again.
They used to play that everywhere all the time.
Yeah, so I kind of got sick of it.
Yeah. I mean, I still like that. It was that kind of was a nice throwback. Remember I told you, I have this Electric Feel stuck in my head, like Katy Perry version.
Oh,
remember this morning?
Yeah,
because I was thinking about the album.
Because when you said that, I was like, okay.
Kind of random. Katy Perry does a cover of Electric Feel by MGMT. which is really chill. It's nice. Anyway,
I thought that was interesting for several reasons. First of all, it was just a really good song.
yeah,
I thought it was interesting that in the song they're young, or it seems like they're young, because he's talking about Adam and Eve and the first time they realized they could do this and discovering all of these things, which kind of lent to the idea of like nostalgia and things like that. But also there was all this, obviously, nature feels. Yeah. Tell me how my nature feels, or whatever. That was a funny line. But there was lots of like
under the cherry leaves.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But he was talking about like a garden and having sex in a garden. Yeah, and it reminded me of the front cover of the album.
Yeah,
because it's in a forest, right?
Right.
Let's see.
So they're probably doing it in this car.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, lovely. I thought that he was very consistent with his like
his metaphors
throughout that. I thought that was a really great song. Yeah, I liked that.
I think he was just basically saying like, there's no problem here. It's nature. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It's just, we're humans. Yeah. We're animals.
This human nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I really liked, so obviously there was a cassette at the end. I really liked how that was all the way throughout the album. It reminded me of Channel Orange almost, because he had that kind of thing all throughout. I thought this was an absolutely spectacular album.
Nice. /
mixtape. I loved this. It was so easy to listen to. Very, very, very accessible, but with so much substance.
Right.
Which I think is always amazing, to be able to make something that sounds so immediately accessible. You don't have to try to like this. You don't have to listen to it to get into it. It's not an acquired taste. It's just right there and you'll like it immediately. Yeah. But everything has substance. It all has like a deeper meaning, which is just so Frank Ocean. He has the voice of an angel. He has, I think, definitely in my top 3 voices in all of music, Frank Ocean.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say wow, but that's not really wow.
No, it's not wow at all. It's completely logical.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just absolutely love that. And I like I said in the very beginning, it's and like you said, it's like coming back to an old friend or hearing from an old friend. It's so nice to hear, because this isn't new, obviously. This is his first stuff, but it's so nice to hear something new from someone, like an artist who's already so dear to you. Yeah, I absolutely.
Isn't that crazy that that's 2011? What is it now? 2024?
It's 13 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't like feel that way.
No, it
necessarily.
doesn't at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what I was saying with some of the production, it sounds very new.
Yeah.
Very like current.
Right.
I absolutely loved it. In conclusion, not a single bad thing to say about it. No negatives, just consistent bangers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add. As I said, like. This was part of my soundtrack during that time. Yeah, I was doing traveling. I was early on in my travels, early on in my career, I guess. So I was a younger version of young me. Wait, that makes no sense. Younger adult me, I guess. And I guess along with this and The Weeknd, and just trying to recall what else I was listening to back then. But yeah. Great album. It's a great kind of like, I mean, he's had an interesting career, Frank Ocean. Like, obviously everyone always waits for what's next to come from him. But, you know, from here to Channel Orange and then to Endless, which we'll definitely cover. Yeah, we're definitely going to cover Endless. I'm really interested what you think of that one. Okay. And then after that was Blonde. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you made it this far. Please like and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, like and subscribe anyway.
Please.
Yeah, just
we
do
need
it.
This.
I guess we'll just end it here. We'll see you guys next time.
See you in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.